Please welcome Eric Taylor.
You know, I was just thinking about it a while ago. There's people that'll argue with you about anything, really. There are people that'll argue with you about whether Shoeless Joe Jackson was a Choctaw Indian from Buffalo, South Carolina, and his mother talked him into going up to Oklahoma and joining the Indian Baseball League. And then there's people that'll argue with you about whether there was an Indian Baseball League. And then once you get through with that argument, you'll have people argue with you about whether they're even Indians. And some people say, hey, all that Indian stuff, that's all made up by the CIA. Well, a friend of mine named Tim Graham from Indiana, we settled up a couple of those questions for you. Take this earth, cover these bones. This path I walk alone. Well, I close my eyes, but I still see all the things you've done to me. Well, I'd hope to die in sacred ground, where I could feel the sun come shining down. I'd take the wings of a holy bird, and I would circle round this piece of earth. Well, your people came a few at first, with their guns in their hands and their woven shirts. And around the fire we smoke the pipe. You gave us whiskey and we gave you our wives. Gave you our wives. Well, you cut these trees and these trees did die. Made your roads for your wagons wide. You taught us how to live inside, and then you told us why Jesus died. He died, didn't he? Seems like I read somewhere how he died. killed him, didn't you? You killed him, didn't you? Yeah, you did. You killed him, didn't you? Yeah, you did. Hey, cover our bones with homes and towels. This was the land we called our sacred ground. We had enough for all we wanted, but now we're ghosts with a walking home. Cover these bones with waves of grass. Cover these bones with seeds that last. And tell our stories once we're gone. We're just Indiana, Indians. We live up in Indiana. We're just Indians from Indiana. We're just up from Indiana. Sorry to bother you. We just live up in Indiana. Thanks. Thank you. I got a friend who lives up in Seattle, Washington. Her name is Nancy K. Dillon, and she is a writer of her own purpose and up there. Does very well. Well, the first time that I ever met Nancy K. Dillon, I taught her how to make margarita. Because I'm from Texas, and I know how to make a margarita, and it doesn't come out of a little Slurpee machine. It's a very simple thing. It's one shot of 1 ounce of lime juice, and it's 1 ounce of triple sec, and it's 2 ounces of tequila. And you pour it over ice, and you have a real margarita. Well, now we started this. I was teaching her. This was around 8:30 in the morning when we finally got it down. I started teaching her how to make it around 2 or 2:30 in the morning. And by 8:30 in the morning, she had enough to drink, and had pretty much figured out the whole details of the margarita by that time. And she said, you know what, man? You know what I like about your writing is about, you write about strong women. You don't ever seem to write about weak women like a lot of guys do. And I explained to her, I said, well, I write about strong women. You have to understand, Nancy K., that I've been married 4 times. And I've learned how to dodge and weave, you know. When that coffee pot starts coming, oh man, good shot, but you missed me, God damn it. But see, we talked about the difference between men and women. And women, it seems like to me, are not afraid of being alone. Men fear it. We fear it. We fear being alone. Women seem to do okay with it. Men have a little bone right here under their right eye. It's a tiny little bone, but it starts to throb like a toothache, really, when you think someone's leaving you, especially if a woman is leaving you. It'll just start. Mm-hmm. You know, there's some women that'll just sit you down right across the kitchen table and they'll say, hey man, let me tell you something. I don't like you. I haven't liked you for a long time. And we've been together now almost 18 years. And I haven't liked you for most of it. And I'm leaving. And one of the reasons that I don't like you is because you don't pay attention. What do you mean? I say, well, haven't you noticed that for the last couple of weeks I've been putting all my shit in the back of the car? Doesn't that tell you anything? It could mean that I'm leaving. But you don't pay attention to that. And boy, your little bone just going like that, you know. And the next thing you know, she's gone. And this is a song off the Studio 10 record that I wrote after my conversation with Nancy K. This is a song called Adios. Hope you like it. Well, I've been thinking about moving on. I don't know, someplace where these Maybelline eyes will soon be gone. I'm gonna close them tight and forget your face. I'm gonna close them tight, forget your face. I'm gonna take my little Sunday school Bible, white leather book full of blue-eyed Jews, and I'm taking my saddle and I'm taking my bridle, but I ain't taking you, boy. I ain't taking you. Don't you be talking about roses and rings, because I love how that blue highway sings. sings when I'm leaving you. Boy, I'm leaving you. Well, maybe Galveston, maybe Rome. There's a whole world of wild horses out there. You see, it's a big enough place. It'd be hard to go wrong. Anyway, adios, I'm going somewhere. Anyway, adios, I'm going somewhere. Don't you be talking about roses and rings, because I love how that blue highway sings when I'm leaving you. Boy, I'm leaving you. Well, I'm taking that flat top box guitar. You know, the one that Guy Clark signed. Well, you made up things, never got that far. Yeah, it's going with me, it's mine. I'm taking it with me, it's mine. Don't you be talking about roses and rings, because I love how that blue highway sings when I'm leaving you. Boy, I'm leaving you. You know, I just been thinking about moving on. Hell, I don't know. Someplace where these Maybelline eyes soon be gone. I'm gonna close them tight and forget your face. I'm gonna close them tight and forget your face. I'm gonna close them tight and forget your face. Close them tight and forget your face. Gonna close them tight and forget you. Thank you. Thank you very much. As you can see, I usually try to get the happy songs out of the way in the first part of the set, so that later on we can all do just dancing and clapping and falling down, and getting drunk and all that. Now, those are probably those are two probably most happy songs you're going to hear tonight. So. You can get that other stuff almost anywhere you want to go, I guess, but you're not going to get this, are you? I'll play you a true story song, and what I mean by that is it's a friend of mine named Randall Cross, who was from Lawrence, Kansas. right before he died, he told me the whole story of his life. That's why I call it a true story. So. Song called Reno. I got this highway hound from Kansas friend. He been drifting all his life. Now he feeds his kids all high-toned style. Since he lost his married life. Since he lost his married life. Well, he ain't afraid of nothing. He ain't afraid of you. He says a Barlow knife will take your money or your life. It's up to you. You choose it. It's up to you. You choose it. He's a jailhouse infantile. He can't tell you there from then. But he feeds his kids all high-toned style. Give that boy $100 and he'll come back with a pal. You can count it, you can count it, you can count it. He'll come back with a pal. You see, he couldn't find his mother, so he found himself another. She told him, careful in that northern snow. She said, driving one cab is just like driving one another. I can teach you how to double up your money up in Reno. Double up your money, boy, in Reno. Well, he's a jailhouse infantile. He can't tell you there from then. But he feeds his kids all high-toned style. Give that boy $100 and he'll come back with a pal. You can count it, you can count it, you can count it. He'll come back with a pal. Love it. He found a mom and pop and bar stove. He thought he'd take himself a lick. He says, man, I can tell you every lie that anybody knows. Well, it's the front left, right hook, $100 check. Here's a little something for my children. Here's a little something for my boys, my little boys from Reno. Here's a little something for my boys from the daddy up in Reno. I got this highway hound from Kansas friend. He been drifting all his life. Now he feeds his kids high-tone style. Since he lost his married life. Since he lost his married life, here's a little something from your daddy. Sent it from Reno. Thanks. Here's one that some of my Texas friends might remember. Hey, where I lead me, I will travel. Where I need me, I'm gonna call me. Ain't no fool, and I'll be ready, and God knows that I will be. But in the meantime, gonna make a little money, gonna buy a little bit of mercy. In the meantime, gonna make a little money, man, buy a little bit of mercy. Well, we met this morning and now she loves me, man. She says she loves me, it must be easy. Look around you, all around you, where you see the motion, but you're not moving and you don't know how to hold on. Just keep it loose and don't get excited, man. It ain't gonna last that long. Because one is going and one is staying. One is silent and one is saying, here's your coat and take care of yourself, and I'm sorry all about you leaving. I'm just a little sad because you're all I had. Now will you be returning? Well, the boys upstairs are getting hungry. Yeah, the boys upstairs are getting hungry. Hungry. I played this verse for W one time when he was governor of my lovely state of Texas, and I played this verse and, you know, he just didn't get it, you know. Why don't you ask the boys down in the gutter? Men, they won't lie to you. You don't matter. Well, the street's just fine if you're good and blind, but it ain't where you belong. Why don't you just roll down your sleeves, man, and pick up your money and carry yourself home? Why don't you just roll down your sleeves and pick up your money, carry yourself on home now? Because where I lead me, I will travel. Where I need me, I'm gonna call me. I ain't no fool, and I'll be ready. God knows that I will be. But in the meantime, gonna make a little money, man, buy a little bit of mercy. Thanks, Towns. Thank you. Towns Van Zandt wrote that song. Yeah, I know, it ain't Sunday school music. If you want that, you know where to get it. Won't be here, oh boys and girls. You know, being a carny, a lot of my life, one of the things that we were happy about being carnies was that we made good thieves. Carnies are proud of what they can steal from you. Sleight of hand. They'll take your wallet. They'll take your straight razor right out of your boot. They'll take your woman. And leave you just standing there all by yourself. Towns Van Zandt was a good carny. We were all good carnies. Towns stole this song straight from the face of Lightning Hopkins. and wasn't ashamed of it. Lightning would say, that sounded a lot like my song. Towns said, no, man, mine. So I thought, well, if Towns could steal a song from Lightning Hopkins, I should be able to steal a song from Towns Van Zandt. So I did. And I said, what if I did that song that Towns stole from Lightning? What if I did it, but if I did it like Fred McDowell, like Mississippi Fred McDowell would do it? What would it sound like, do you think? Yeah. Anyway, I stole a goddamn song. Nobody got hurt. For instance, this chord here, my grandmother used to say, do you really have to play that chord that way? And I said, yes, me, Ma. I do. She said, why? And I said, because if I pull it down here like this, it hurts. And she says, well, go ahead then. I don't want you to hurt yourself. She was a sweet little blue-haired lady that wore open-toed shoes, and she wore the same dresses that Barbara Billingsley, Beaver Cleaver's mother, wore, and she changed them 3 times a day, and they were all ironed. And she taught me how to, if I didn't stand up when a woman came into the room that I'd never met before, she would look at me and she would say, boy, something wrong with your legs? Is your leg broke? I said, oh, no, ma'am. But you better stand up then. So I always, still today, when a woman comes into a room that I've never met before, I'll stand up. Some of them like it, some of them don't. But my grandmother one time told me, she said, boy, if you don't behave yourself, I'm going to put a knot on your head big enough for a drunk monkey to ride a bicycle on. And I thought, my goodness, she's serious. She's about to hurt me. So I learned how to be polite to people. But when I became a carny, when all of us kind of became a carny, we were young and beautiful. We thought we would live forever. Sorry, Mima. Well, I got this brand new companion, and I'm really gonna try to do right this time. Yeah, I got this brand new companion, see? And I'm really gonna try to do my best this time. The way she cools me with her breathing, the way she drinks me like a bottle of wine, the way she chases away all them old howling bottles of wine. Well, she fits just about like my guitar, and she's near about as tall as me. Yeah, this woman fits just about like my guitar does, and she's near about as tall as me. Well, she lived way up on the D train, but man, she's Texas as can be. Yeah, she is. She got a homespun disposition, and and she's just about as gentle as you please. This woman got a homespun disposition, and she's just about as gentle as you would ever want to please. But she got arms like two rattlesnakes. Man, she got legs like willows in the breeze. This woman got arms like two rattlesnakes, and she got legs like willow in the breeze. Where's that careless chambermaid? What's she done with my perfume? Hey, where's my hat now? Where's my cane? You get somebody up in here right now, clean this room. You get somebody up in here right now and clean up this room. Dirty, dirty, yes it is, clean it up. Dirty, dirty, yes it is, clean it up. Dirty, dirty, yes it is, clean it up, clean it up, clean it up, clean it up, clean it up. Got little Johnny Piper out behind the house, and his mama say, get your fingers out that little girl mouth. She said, dirty, dirty, clean it up, clean it up. Dirty, dirty, clean it up. Dirty, dirty, clean it up, clean it up. Dirty, dirty, clean it up. Little Johnny Piper out behind the house, and his mama say, get your fingers out there, little girl. Boy, you better get your fingers out that little girl. Blouse. Say, dirty, dirty, yes it is, mama. Dirty, dirty, yes it is, I clean it up. Dirty, dirty, but it's all right with me. It's all right with me, mama. Because I got this brand new companion, and I'm really gonna try to do right this time. Yeah, I got this brand new companion, see? And I'm really gonna try to do my best this time. The way she cooled me with a breeze, man, she drinks me like a bottle of wine. She chased away all them old howling bottles of wine. Thanks. I spent 35 years of my life living in Houston, Texas before we bought the ranch out in Borden. And one of the first, the first song that I ever wrote a song for a film was a film that we ended up naming Strong Enough for Two, because that's what I named the song. It was the film was about a young man from Mexico City, and he and his family moved up to Houston, Texas to the medical center because he had this very progressive illness, somewhat similar to muscular dystrophy, but it was a very fast-traveling illness. Nobody seemed to know what they could do about it. So they brought him up to Houston, to the medical center. And a couple of filmmaker friends of mine back then, Bruce Bryant being the main one, they ended up making a film about this boy. His name was Ephraim. And I became part of the film, and I was supposed to write about it. And I remember one time up in Wimberley, Texas, on the Dry Creek bank, he just gotten a new pair of braces. A brand new pair of braces, and it was almost like giving a kid a new bicycle. Really, he was so happy, and he took off running across the Dry Creek bed there, and he fell. And all the film crew and all of us started to run towards him to help him up. And what he did was he took a handful of sand and he threw it straight up in the air. And he laughed. He laughed. And he got up all by himself. Well, by the time the film was finished and come out, of course, he was in a little electric wheelchair by then. And we all met up at the release of the film in Houston. We were at the River Oaks Theater. And I met him again for the first time in 6 years, I suppose, since we first met. And I asked him, I said, how'd you like the film, Ephraim? And he said, I liked it. I said, well, how'd you like the song that I wrote for it? He said, I really liked it. I liked it more than popcorn. I think that's probably the best review that I've ever received in my life. If there were music writers that were out there that would say to me, I liked it more than popcorn, I think I'd probably be very appreciative. I guess the story to the circle to the great Mandela, the circle of life that we live would be the primary thing to say was that he didn't last very long after that. But two of his sisters came from Mexico City, came to college, in Texas, and they worked at the same hospital that he was treated in. I find that fascinating, especially with the things that are going on today with children on the border. I think that Rick Perry, well, what the hell? I mean, I think somebody should just beat the shit out of him, really. Take off his sunglasses and smack him right in the face. But, you know, he's Rick Perry, isn't he? I mean, it's going to be who he is. You know? If you're born an asshole, you're going to probably die one. So, anyway, I play this song here. Then I'm going to take a little break. We're going to take a break on this one. I hope that you stick around. I appreciate you coming, and those of you that have to leave, I'd be sorry to see you go. Because the second set now, what you need to understand about the second set is that the second set will be similar. Anyway, as it turned out, Joan Baez and I ended up singing this song together at the Newport Folk Festival. Joan cut the record, and she asked me to come up and sing with her with it. It's a song called Strong Enough for Two. I used to do this song with a good friend of ours called Denise Frankie, but she don't play no more. I'm told we come from the water, just to run through the trees. And I'm told that all men are brothers, but we're as different as the seasons. Pin wings to my shoulders and pretend that I can fly. But if your legs are strong enough for two, I think I'll walk with you a while. And some let the sand slip through their fingers, and some bring it. Some let the sand slip through their fingers, and some throw it to the wind. And some let the mystery linger, and some bring it to an end. You can pin wings to my shoulder, pretend that I can fly. But if your legs are strong enough for two, I think I'll walk with you a while. I'll understand if you can't see me. I'll understand if you can't stay. But if somehow I should catch your eye, please don't look away. You can pin wings to my shoulder and pretend that I can fly. And if your legs are strong enough for two, I think I'll walk with you a while. I think I'll walk with you a while. I think I'll walk with you a while. Thanks. Be back in a little while. Thanks a lot. Thank you.